Up next, the Wizards taking on the Grizzlies. For the Washington Wizards, the chance to start the...
It's the 2K Sports pregame show.
Hey everybody, good to have you with us. It's the Washington Wizards matching up.
Welcome to 2K Sports. We have the NBA coming. Hey, Dave.
Well,
it sure is. Thanks, David. You know, Steve, for teams that are already struggling big time, what's a sign that the ship is going to be difficult to turn the other way and get back on track?
I think, Kevin, body language and obviously what they're saying in the media. There's some teams, you watch them, guys hit a three-point shot, they come to the bench. No one's up clapping, no one's communicating with each other. Those are the teams I think is very hard to turn around.
And now Washington's starting group. Ball runs the point with Beal at the 2. C.J. Miles is out there with Davis Bertans. And it's Bryant in at the 5. And for Memphis, Morant and Allen at the guard spot. Jackson and Valanciunas, they're in the middle. And it's Iguodala in at the 3. Bryant looking over the floor. Here's Wall. That's in, coming off an assist from Bryant.
And in the post, Wall's got a pretty well-developed game for a point guard. He can navigate his way through the big bodies with very few problems.
The pass to Valanciunas. Over Bryant. Valanciunas, good.
And just a step ahead of the D in that possession there, making the pass. Nice assist.
Pass to Bryant. Beal, that's for 2. Gets an open look and hits.
Some guys just understand how to generate points. He's one of them.
Pass to Morant. Over Wall. And the Grizzlies tack on 2 more. First quarter of play with about a minute and a half gone. Pass to Beal. And the rejection by Jackson. Pulls up on the wing, and it's good off the back rim and in.
A lot of enthusiasm to the start of this game. So far, a perfect 4 for 4.
There's the pass to Bryant. And that one is good. Now here's Morant. Last time 45 points for him. Beal with the steal. And even 3-on-3 break. Here's Bertans for 3. 1 up, 1 down. 2 points with his first shot this game.
And early on, they've been nearly perfect from the floor. Just the one miss here on their first 5 attempts.
Allen against Beal. Allen dishes to Jackson. Beal with the block.
And that was a heat check right there. First miss of the night, but still shooting 80% as a team.
Jackson against Wall. And the Wizards getting another bucket right there.
And I like to see this. They're calling his number early, and he's delivering.
It makes sense, right? You're trying to get off to a fast start, and he can help with that.
So timeout called here. The first for Memphis.
And last season, the Grizzlies increasing their rate of three-point attempts, but still bottom 6 in attempts and percentage.
This team needs more shooting. Shooting, shooting, shooting. The grit and grind era is over. Their offense has to be more dynamic.
So Memphis ends up going with the new group. Anderson outside, 6 to shoot to stop the run, and the basket is good, and he's got a chance here for one more at the line.
And how about the level of concentration on display here by Jackson that doesn't shy away from getting hit while shooting?
First trip to the free throw line for him tonight.
You know, this is not an area where they expect him to contribute. You know, he's a guy that shot below 70% last season.
That one misses from Jackson.
Well,
for Josh Jackson, not really the sophomore season he was hoping for. Didn't take a major leap forward and saw him fighting for reserve minutes at times.
Pass to Anderson. And oh boy, a lot of contact there, but he gets the call and will shoot two. And with Jackson, Greg, they just need to see more from him.
The upside, it's still there for Jackson, but nothing is guaranteed in the NBA. He needs to keep working on his game to live up to the lofty draft expectations.
The 6'9" Kyle Anderson has a 7'3" wingspan. A big asset defensively. Not the most athletic, but he racks up blocks and steals.
Both free throws good from Anderson. And you look at Anderson, he likes playing with the ball in his hands.
Yeah, he has good ball handling for his size and great court vision. We call him slow-mo, but he can get to the rim on his drives, and he's a good finisher when he gets inside.
Just setting the tone with an aggressive move to the rack. And where's the help defensively?
No excuse. You have to be aware. He should be on your radar all the time.
And Brooks gets it on the assist by Jones.
I love the ball movement there. He put that on a silver platter. Just served him up.
Smith the pass to Hachimura. Lays it up off the glass. Hachimura's got his second bucket tonight.
And showing some toughness on that take. Hachimura, these kinds of buckets can energize a team.
Here's Crowder. Rebound by the Wizards.
And I was sure that was money on that one, but everyone is afforded an easy miss or two.
Yes, let's look on the bright side. You got a great look. It's a play that you might want to go back to again.
Jones looking for an opening. Passes it to Anderson. Trying his luck from deep. A shot off that time. Now Washington takes it the other way. Thomas against Jones. Baseline J on the way. Again, the Wizards score.
And you see the ability to rise and fire from mid-range, even against that length.
And you know what? There was probably a better matchup on the floor, but when it goes in, nobody complains.
Jackson passes to Crowder. He kicks to Jones. Takes the three. Comes out of the gate empty. He's 0 for 1. Well, for Memphis, their last game a loss to the Mavericks in Dallas. Brown the pass to Smith. Here's Thomas. Here's Hachimura. And that's going to be a travel. Baskets coming early and often in the first quarter. Wizards lead by 5. The second quarter coming up right after this break, so don't go anywhere. One of the most dangerous scorers in the game, Bradley Beal spoke about the trust Coach Scott Brooks has in him and his teammates.
I think the biggest thing is he's still young, so he tries to think he's still hip. He keeps up with us a little.
Owen Beal trying to grow as a leader and a star. Has to love that.
Yeah, and Brooks known for developing good relationships with his players. He pushes them, but he gives them a lot of praise as well.
And thanks again for tuning in. If you're just joining us, we've played through one quarter of action so far. And let's quickly break down the game we've seen from the Wizards, guys.
I mean, the rebounding was the difference in that first period. You've got to block these guys out.
Yes, you know this, GA. Back in our day, and any day really, if you don't block out somebody, you will sit down.
All fueled up and ready to go. Let's reset the lineups courtesy of Gatorade as the second quarter gets going. So on the floor for Memphis, Morant and Brooks manning the backcourt. Jay Crowder out there with Josh Jackson. And it's Jackson in at the pivot spot, manning the middle. Trains the three-pointer. Jackson's got 5 points so far.
And Jackson with the quick release, once the ball hits his hands, he's ready to let it fly.
Pass to Beal from past the arc. Rebounded by Jackson. The Grizzlies trail by 4. Now the pass to Morant. Inside. And there's Jackson on the assist by Morant. Morant's got his 3rd assist on the night. And it's Thomas with the ball. He brings it up for the Washington Wizards. It's the new front office in Washington, and Greg, they've got their work cut out for him.
John Wall's huge Supermax contract as he deals with the Achilles injury. Tough questions to be answered about the direction they're going to take talent-wise.
And the Grizzlies with some changes. Valanciunas, he's checked in for Jay Crowder. Iguodala comes in for Jackson. And Grayson Allen subbed in for Brooks. The Wizards also changing it up. Davis Bertans checks in for Hachimura. C.J. Miles comes in for Troy Brown. And John Wall subbed in for Thomas. Here's Morant. Cross contact on the shot, and now a three-point play chance as he'll head to the line.
The rugged toughness of Morant. Excellent at fighting through there and capitalizing in stop. And this kid, Ja Morant, came out of nowhere, under-recruited in high school, showed some promise in that first year of college, but boy, did he blow up.
And we're about 2 minutes into the second quarter here. Softly drops in the floater. 8 points for him.
And that was all Morant. Aware of the defense, figuring out how to get to his spot.
And Morant really impacts the game in every area.
It's incredible, Kevin. He gives you the points, the assists, the rebounds. But then you look at the box score and you also see a block, a couple steals. And I like that he shoots a high percentage at the line.
That's a floater go. That one's good, and the Wizards' lead is cut down to just 2 points with the bucket from Iguodala.
Even with the D in Iggy's grill, he still knocks down those looks. He's been in this league for a while, and he is comfortable rising up and burying contested shots.
Defensively, Smitty, why do we see more full-court press in college than we do in the NBA?
You know, the guards are better at the NBA level, and I think also your 5-man, who usually a guy who can't bring it up, they're pretty good at the NBA level. Just overall, Kevin, the skill level at the NBA level is better at college, so you can't really trap guys and pick on one guy who's not equipped.
Free throw, good, Bryant.
They had some turmoil for the Grizzlies last season. Player confrontations in the locker room, confusion over which Brooks they were including in a trade, Marshawn or Dillon. I think they're happy to turn the page.
And the Grizzlies making a change here. Anderson's checked in. Bryant hits them both. When you talk about the turmoil for the Grizzlies last season, the trade talk surrounding Gasol and Mike Conley had to be a distraction.
And come to find out, even the front office and the coaching staff were on the hot seat. They held exit interviews and addressed the media. A few hours later, they were let go. Some awkward moments for sure. The defense was clearly not on the same page. No one picked up the open man.
Pass to Beal. And a little under 3.5 minutes elapsed in the second quarter of play.
Adding to this lead, he's been dependable and consistent at the offensive end.
Allen passes to Valanciunas. Back to Allen. Kicks it to Morant. Valanciunas trying to free himself up. That one's good, and the Washington lead is cut down to 1 in the bucket from Morant.
In case anyone was wondering, this is what it looks like when you're in the zone. He hasn't missed one all quarter.
Passes to Beal. Back to Wall. Wizards passing it around. Floats one, and the basket is good. 10 points for Bradley Beal. 1:49 left here in the second. Timeout called the Grizzlies. In addition to going over the game plan and making whatever necessary adjustments have to be made, Greg, this timeout also the time for players to get rehydrated or hydrate for the first time with some Gatorade. Plenty of basketball still to be played here, and they have to get recharged.
It's a great point. Without proper hydration, a player can completely run out of gas down the stretch of a game. And that's something that none of these guys can afford to have happen. If you're going to battle all the way to the finish, you've got to be hydrated.
Catching up on the changes for Memphis. Jay Crowder's checked in for Allen. And Tyus Jones subbed in for Morant. On the wing, Jones. On the mark with the 15-footer. Jones has got his first bucket of the night.
And that pick takes the D totally out of the equation.
Hey, if you're not going to fight over, you're essentially giving the shooter the look he wants.
Here's Wall, and foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line. It's going to go on Tyus Jones.
And Wall has said he wants to be in the MVP conversation moving forward. A terrific floor general with unreal athleticism.
That's good from Wall. Well, it has been a long road back from injury for John Wall, Greg. The heel issue followed by the Achilles tear.
And you just hope that Wall can make a full recovery and get back to the player he once was. Provides so much with his speed and playmaking as well as scoring.
Looking at who's out there now for the Grizzlies. Jackson comes in for Valanciunas, and Brooks subbed in for Andre Iguodala.
And they're really getting more points at the free throw line here in the second quarter.
There's Jackson with the three. And again, it's the Grizzlies from deep.
And it's important that Jackson become consistent from deep. That definitely has the touch to make shots from there.
He gets it in there. And it's 7 points for John Wall.
They're finding lanes to the hoop now with consistency. 5 buckets in a row from the paint.
Outside Jackson takes a three. Wall grabs the board. And it's Wall with the ball for Washington. They can look forward to the Cavaliers after this game in a matchup against Cleveland. That matchup falls in the middle game of this 3-game trip. And it's good, 2 points.
Great job of screening there. Nice job to take it to the rim and get the finish.
7-second difference, shot and game clock. Outside Crowder. And that comes off the assist by Jones. Crowder's got 4 points now in the quarter.
Jay Crowder often stays out on the perimeter, but sees the opening and quickly takes advantage.
And here's Wall. He's got 7. From deep three-point range, and that would have counted, but his shot was off the mark this time. And that's it for the first half of action. What's been a very close game here. It's the Wizards up by 1. And now we'll send it over to David Aldridge, who is standing by courtside. David.
Thanks very much. Bradley, good flow and good pace in the first half. Exactly the guys you want to play. What's going right?
Just open looks and being aggressive. We were able to get to the basket a few times. The guys are knocking down open shots when we...
All right, Dave, thank you. And time now for the halftime break at the third quarter. Soon.
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey, folks, welcome back. Ernie, a pretty close game for the Wizards throughout the first quarter. They saw their lead grow to a high water mark of 5 in the period. They were outscored by just a bit in the second quarter as they go into the break now holding just a 1-point advantage. And that should do it with the second half about to...
And after a fairly even first couple of quarters, the second half could turn out to be a great one as both teams try to gain an edge. Guys, Ja Morant has been sensational.
Well, we'll find out if they were able to find an answer for him over the break. He was scoring with ease in that first half.
I think both sides probably adjusted a few things. The key for him is to bring the same level of energy over these last 2 quarters.
Second half is underway, and here's who Scott Brooks has got on the floor. Beal and Miles out on the perimeter. Travis Berton's out there with Bryant. And it's Wall in at the point guard position. Allen out outside. To the paint. Got a piece of it. It's stolen by Bryant. Here's Wall. Good. It's Beal picking up the assist. And that's now 11 points for Wall. The Grizzlies trail by 5. There's the lob to the hoop. Oh, and they get in the way of the alley-oop. Not to be. Good play defensively. Down low, Bryant. Got a piece of it, but they recover it. Second chance shot, and that's 2 points on the layup. Bryant's got the lead up to 7 now for the Wizards.
3 out of 4 coming out of the half, showing good execution on the offensive end.
Here's Morant. It's good again, and an excellent 7 for 8 shooting night so far.
Yeah, when Morant gets it dialed up, he can be unstoppable. Just too many ways to score.
Time called here. The Wizards decide to talk it over.
From a young age, Davis Bertans and his brother Dyrus had a basketball in their hands. Their parents were both gym teachers. So from the time they were rug rats, they were gym rats.
Wizards making a switch here. Thomas is checked in. Bertans finds Thomas. Back to Bertans. Launches a 3. And it's Morant with the rebound.
Not quite enough defense that time around. Just lucky he was off.
And for Davis Bertans, a pure shooting stroke born from a lifetime of repetition.
Almost led the league in three-point percentage last season. Sharp shooter is his role.
And Iguodala drops them both.
The charity stripe is far from the strongest part of Iggy's game, but he will hit him at crunch time.
Thomas dishes to Bryant. Takes it into the teeth of the D and converts the layup. Bryant's got 8 points. The Grizzlies trail by 5. And now around 2 minutes gone by in this half. Jackson, that's good.
And have to commend the unselfish attitude. Like how Morant just recognized the open man and the ball is right there.
Thomas passes to Bertans. He kicks it to Miles. Just 5 on the clock. Shot from 12. Again, the Wizards good for 2. Here's Morant. 15 points in the game. Timeout called, the Grizzlies. You know, Steve, the 2018 rookie class really burst out onto the scene. What has impressed you most about that group?
I think a couple things, Kevin. First of all, they're very talented. They handle themselves extremely well off the court. But most of those guys were able to last through the rookie wall and play pretty much 75 to 82 games.
Yeah, really put their fingerprints on their team, didn't they?
They did, and a lot of those guys are leaders.
Jay Crowder's checked in for Memphis. Josh Jackson comes in for Andre Iguodala. Hachimura, he's checked in for Washington. Thomas down low. Plays it up and banks it in. Now it's a 7-point Wizards lead.
And of the last 6 baskets, 5 have come on the interior. This is just smash-mouth, physical basketball, guys.
And here we go. Washington fast break. No one near him. Good work there as it goes. Thomas got 4 points this quarter.
And the instincts there from Hachimura. Notice the overcommitment by the defense and then makes the right pass.
Back to Allen. Lets it go with a 3. Doesn't get it to drop for him.
And they're controlling the boards, Kevin. That's +5 in that category.
Second half here. We're just over 3.5 minutes into it. Here's Thomas. Offensive rebound. The basket counts and 1. He'll go to the line with a chance to make it a 3-point play.
Shot's good. And that's a lesson for the D. Fight harder on the glass.
Reason why, lack of focus, lack of communication, which led to second chance points.
Some changes for Memphis. Kyle Anderson, he's checked in for Jackson. Brooks comes in for Allen. And Tyus Jones subbed in for Morant. The Wizards also changing it up. Mahinmi's checked in for C.J. Miles. Brown comes in for Beal. And it's Ish Smith in for Thomas. Jones with the bounce pass. Here's Jackson. And they call the foul. So he's got the and 1 chance here to make it a 3-point play.
for Jackson. He's showing all the tools in that toolbox, becoming very efficient when attacking the rim.
John Wall's checked in for the Wizards. And that one misses.
Yeah, and the versatility of Jackson's game. He's a super confident kid who certainly has the potential to be a star.
Brown the pass to Wall. And there's the foul on Jay Crowder. That is his first foul of the game. .144 left in the third. Pass to Wall from outside the arc. Nailed from three-point land. Wall's got the lead up to 13 now for the Wizards. The Grizzlies have gone 3 of 5 to start the second half, developing a nice rhythm out there. Brooks kicks to Crowder. Jackson against Brown. Jackson down low, shoots over Brown, and the basket by Jackson. Jackson's got 12 points in the game.
And he's really shot the ball well, but it hasn't been contagious.
Jones against Smith. The pass to Hachimura. And that comes off the assist by John Wall. Wall's got 4 assists in the game. And it's Jones with the ball for the Memphis Grizzlies, trailing by 13. Pass to Brooks. Anderson with the ball. And another basket for Memphis.
In the mid-range, rarely the hallmark of efficiency in today's NBA, but it is on point tonight.
And here's Wall outside. The Grizzlies pull it in. 3-second difference between shot clock and game clock. And Jackson gets it to go. 14 points for him.
And how about the attack mode mentality that Jackson possesses? You can see there, even on the mid-range, he is looking to be aggressive.
A nice shot by Wall.
Another good play. This is how they built the lead, calling on the right guys at the right time.
The reason why they've stayed aggressive and they have not let up this entire night. And at this point, I wouldn't expect them to.
With 2 seconds left, and he lays it up and in.
And how about Wall? Just phenomenal at taking it to the defense with that lightning quick first step.
Well, through 3 quarters of play, down double digits, it may be difficult to overcome. Wizards lead by 11. We're going to step aside for just a second, but join us right back here for the start of the 4th quarter next. Let's take a listen now to Scott Brooks.
What you're doing is perfect. It's about defense, it's about helping each other out, and it's about rebounding and going to scoring. We're doing everything good on offense. We're making sure we make extra passes.
And Greg, offensively, Coach Brooks liking the action, letting his guys know, keep plowing ahead.
And it's about maximizing each possession.
And we reach the 4th quarter in a game that may be already out of hand. We've got Morant. Jonas Valanciunas is out there with Kyle Anderson. And there's Iguodala. And it's Crowder, and at the 3, the small forward. That's the lineup in the game for Memphis. Hand contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here.
And John Wall, of course, having to fight back from that torn Achilles, but also is now having to play up for that super max contract he signed.
Free throw, no good. And with Wall, no doubt he's a star guard. But with that contract break comes heavy expectations.
No doubt. And I'd like to see Wall become more proactive, really as a playmaker on offense in the near future. Depending on how he feels after the injuries, he might need to change his style just a bit.
And that trip coming up empty, missing both. The Grizzlies trail by 9. Now Morant. Count the bucket, and he's got a free throw coming up as well.
And how about the body control? Morant, even when under duress, stays calm, cool, and collected. And purely from a physical standpoint, John Morant has it all. The height, the long arms, the frame to put on more weight, and few players are more explosive athletically.
Catching up on the changes for Memphis. Jaren Jackson, he's checked in for Kyle Anderson, and Allen subbed in for Crowder. And with Morant, you not only get the physical attributes, Greg, you get the mental toughness and awareness.
This kid loves to compete. The bigger the game, the bigger he plays. I think we're looking at a potential all-NBA performer when it's all said and done. If you came to watch a scoring battle, you're in the right place.
Yeah, both teams trying to close out strong. These are the fireworks that fans came to see.
Count that bucket. Morant's got 21 in the game.
And, you know, we talk so much about Morant's athleticism, but his feel for the game equally as effective.
A nice shot by Wall.
He's been locked in all night, and he's taking good shots.
The Grizzlies trail by 10. Final quarter here, and we're just over a minute and a half through it. It's Allen on the wing. He's covered by Beal. Jackson dishes to Valanciunas. Whoa, with a block. Passes it to Miles. Outside Beal. And Miles kicks to Wall. It's Beal on the wing. And that comes off the assist by John Wall. Wall's got 6 assists here tonight. Now a timeout called by Memphis. Smitty, you played with the U.S. national team. Would you say they allow more physicality in FIBA than they do in the NBA?
No, I think, Kevin, different parts of the game, there's more physicality. Like on the free throw line, boxing out. Like going up for rebounds, they let a lot more than we're used to go. But usually the NBA players adjust and they find their way.
Thomas checked in for John Wall. On the sideline, let's catch up with Hall of Famer David Aldridge.
Thanks, Kevin. Well, Coach Taylor Jenkins talked to his team during the break. He told them, you can do a lot of great things out there and still lose if you don't take care of the boards. I want to see more effort, gang rebounding, everyone involved. That was his only focus. Kevin?
Super work on the boards. They really want to put their foot down on them now.
Yeah, and once you've got him on the ropes, Greg, just keep swinging away.
You know why? Because this defense is reeling. They had to stop there but couldn't secure the rebound. They're still looking for answers.
Boy, did they need that rebound. I mean, they have struggled on the boards overall, but still with a chance to win.
Back to Allen. Pass to Valanciunas. Tipped away. Clock at 6. Kicks it out to Iguodala. Off target from outside. Washington leading now by 13. Thomas feeling it out a bit. And there's the pass to Bertans. Jackson against Thomas. The teardrop falls in.
Oh, such a field shot there, the floater.
For Memphis, they've gone 4 of 7 from the field since the beginning of the 4th. Pass to Jackson. Count it.
Beautiful call that time up the floor. The hard screen frees him up for the bunny.
Time called here. The Wizards decide to talk it over.
And he could tell his guys were dragging a little bit, calling timeout to kind of let them catch their breath.
Chance now to recognize our Jordan player of the game, John Wall.
And and his percentage from the field tonight seemed almost made up. I didn't think it was possible to have that kind of success shooting the basketball. You need a little bit of luck, a bunch of hard work, and a whole lot of talent.
On the road, in a tough atmosphere, he's taken on the role of star tonight. If one of their other players came up short, he picked up the slack to make sure they'll be walking out of here with a win. Beal against Allen. Outside, Beal over Jackson. Beal's shot is good. Beal's got 5 points now this quarter.
And watching that defensive effort right there, you wonder how much they want this game.
They are getting buried tonight with plays like that one, allowing too much space for a good shooter.
Morant with it, working on Bryant. 5 on the clock. Valanciunas, good.
I mean, every time down the floor, this is what you're trying to do. Find the right matchup.
Outside, Beal. The kick out to Wall. Fires the three. It's good from long range. Wall's got 24.
And guys, what we saw here tonight is one side having everything going for them. Huge margin of victory for the Wizards.
You know, it's tough to put your finger on the deciding factor in this one, but I'd say that the shooting accuracy made the difference.
Yeah, I think you're on point, Kevin. They got better looks, and that tends to lead to a better field goal percentage.
And it'll go down as their first official win of the new year. And you know, when you look at the huge impact he had, just a monster game for John Wall.
I thought he did a good job of filling out the defense early on. Then once he found his groove, he stayed aggressive throughout. Everything worked except for the outcome. You want him to shoot that every time.
It's good.
And once you get the height advantage from there, no need to mess around.
This game looks like they've got it just about wrapped up.
Yeah, just got to work that clock and take care of the ball.
There's 21 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Beal's shot is good.
They just blocked out the noise, kept on grinding, and this is their reward.
And guess what? It's going to be a fun flight home. Total team effort. Big win on the road.
Left side Jackson. From deep, Iguodala. It falls.
Andre getting the offensive juices flowing. Just a confident player who likes taking those type of shots.
And so it's Washington easily grabbing this one. And in the win, a comfortable win in what was, I think, gee, a pretty hostile environment.
It really was. You know, it's never going to be easy on the road, but they didn't have too many problems with that tonight.
It's time now to go courtside as we send you over to David Aldridge from the sideline. David, take it away.
Thanks. With John Wall. John, it sure looks like the chemistry is coming together. What is the bond like with your teammates?
We enjoy playing with each other. We have great chemistry. We all work hard, and we know how much we mean to each other, how much we work every day, and we're just trying to keep getting better each game.
Well, the work is paying off, John. Thanks. Back to you, Kevin.
All right, David, great job. Thanks so much. Thank you for joining us. That'll do it for now. For Steve Smith, Greg Anthony, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan thanking you